Hey there, Angel of Rebirth Gaming with a very quick guide for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Here I'm gonna give you some tips so you can complete the Queen's Blood Nightmarish Survival Challenge in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth so you can obtain a ton of points and the Bahamut Card. I'll go over the deck that I used, some general pointers that will allow you to level up the playing field by scoring some nasty points, and finally, the gameplay for my playthrough detailing every move so you can see what's going through my mind while playing. First, let's start with the deck and the purpose of each card. If you're attempting this trial, you should have all these cards by now. We got the Security Officer, Crystalline Crab, Ignilisk, Spearhawk, Rictus, Tifa, Chocobo and Moogle, Shoalopod, and Titan to cover the board as quickly as possible. For empowering, we got the Crystalline Crab, Ignilisk, Spearhawk, Haunted Hotel, Shoalopod, and Emerald Witch. And finally, the special cards that will grant us ton of points are the Adjudicator, Tifa, Chocobo Jockey, Titan, Ifrit, and Dio. There are other cards that you can get while playing, but let's talk about the overall strategy for the match before we jump into those optional cards. This is a 5-round match where you'll need to win and score as many points as possible to get the major prize. You should be aiming for 100 points if you want that Bahamut Card. The problem is, you'll only draw cards up to round 3, and on rounds 4 and 5, you will get only whatever cards you win by opening the chests by conquering a lane. The better look in the chest, the better the card will be. If you can snatch all of the chests in one round, go for it, but don't sweat it if that means losing other lanes or the best chest out of the 3. The strategy is to score as many points as possible only in the first 3 rounds, maybe in the 4th if you get lucky, and get those extra cards from the chest to make the last rounds bearable. The 5th round will always be lost, so don't worry about that. I know this sounds easier said than done, so let's jump into the gameplay so I can guide you through my winning match. Starting the match, I got lucky with some good cards that will help me get probably all of the chests without compromising scoring power for the following rounds, so I'm not going to mulligan any cards. I start with Tifa in the top left corner for maximum coverage. As I only have a few empowering cards right now, the middle chest is probably lost, so I'm using the Haunted Hotel in the middle lane to empower 2 spots on the board and secure the other chests later. Chocobo Jockey goes in the bottom lane to habilitate the spot right next to it. So far, the score is pretty tight. One Gigantor card next to Tifa to get the score to 5 and secure that lane because there's no way the opponent will have a 5-point card with 2 pins. I decided to go with the Security Officer for the bottom lane as there was no point in wasting the other 2 cards that could be much more useful later. The round is set in stone, so I'll pass to keep the Rictus and Gigantor cards. We win the first round and get 25 points and the Cacturot and Gargantor cards. Round 2 has a ton of empowering spots on the board, so I need to take advantage of that by being as aggressive as I can to snatch as many tiles as possible. I open up my board with the Gigantor in this spot right here to raise the power of the tiles by 2 and unleash more powerful cards up next. This is the key moment. I use the Gargantor card to attack diagonally and steal the tile on the middle lane, and then empower the one next to the Polygon Ifrit card. The enemy takes out the Dio card on top, and that means that lane is most likely lost, so I'll focus on the remaining two. I don't want the enemy to recover the middle lane somehow by using a card on the bottom lane, so I secure that spot with the Chocobo and Moogle card. Next, I'm deciding the best option to enable the top lane, not to win it, but to empower my middle lane and the bottom one too. So I choose a crystalline crab. The round is pretty much set, so it is time to boost those points by taking advantage of the empowerment bonus for Chocobo, Dio and Ifrit. So Dio is next in the middle lane. If it goes on the bottom. And finally, I just cycle for the remaining cards to see which one will give me a bear bonus, and that would be the Cocktrot. Round 2 is done, no more cards to use, and the score is tipping in my favor with a 79-23 lead. Round 3 is the most strategic one because you need to think ahead for round 4. You need to make the most out of those remaining cards. So we start strong with a Gigantor again to enable the tiles with a +2 on each. I'm going to try to get the middle chest, and for that I'm using the Shoalopod in the bottom left corner to empower the tiles in the middle lane. Then I follow up with another empowerment with a spearhawk coming from the top lane. And a rictus also on the top lane to see if I'm lucky enough to snatch that one too. Titan goes in the middle lane to beat the high score of the Golem card by just 1 point. There's no way I can beat the jockey in the final lane, so I pass to keep my cards for the 4th round with a score of 95 against 38. We receive another Gigantor and probably the best card for round 4, Shiva. As always, Gigantor is my opening card for the round. Since my number of cards is running low, I'll focus only on the top lane to secure enough points to survive the last round. That's why the Ignilisk goes right next to the Gigantor. To seal the deal on the top lane, the Shiva card will spawn ice on the empty tiles that have my green markers. This will be a nice bump to 14 points to secure the lane and block any other spots to prevent the enemy from stealing them from me. I could have risked a lot more by using the Adjudicator first on top left corner, but sincerely I panicked, so I probably could have scored some extra 8 points thanks to all of those empowered cards on the board. I'm left with no more spots thanks to Shiva, so I just end up passing my turn until the next round is available. The score is 110 to 55. Finally, round 5 was just a nerve-wracking victory lap because no matter how hard I tried, there was no way to have both cards on the same lane. So there were no points to be gained from this round, so I'll end up passing my turn until the game is done. And that's it, a very close victory of 110 against 105 to receive all the rewards for the final trial in Gold Saucer. Be sure to check out more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth videos that I will be uploading to his playlist right here as I progress with the game. But for now, I hope this was useful, thank you for watching and keep enjoying the game.